to see solved is where we celebrate a bit more. You've given ChatGPT the ability to have memories. You've been playing with that about previous conversations. And also the ability to turn off memory. I wish I could do that sometimes. Just turn on and off, depending. I guess sometimes alcohol can do that, but not optimally, I suppose. What have you seen through that, like playing around with that idea of remembering conversations and not?
We're very early in our explorations here, but I think what people want, or at least what I want for myself, is a model that gets to know me and gets more useful to me over time. This is an early exploration. I think there's like a lot of other things to do, but that's where we'd like to head. You'd like to use a model, and over the course of your life, or use a system, there'd be many models, and over the course of your life, it gets better and better.
Yeah, how hard is that problem? Because right now it's more like remembering little factoids and preferences and so on. What about remembering, like, don't you want GPT to remember all the shit you went through in November and all the drama, and then you can...
Yeah.
Because right now you're clearly blocking it out a little bit.
It's not just that I want it to remember that. I want it to integrate the lessons of that.
Yes.
And remind me in the future what to do differently or what to watch out for. Mm-hmm. And, we all gain from experience over the course of our lives, varying degrees. And I'd like my AI agent to gain with that experience too. So if we go back and let ourselves imagine that, trillions and trillions of context length, if I can put every conversation I've ever had with anybody in my life in there, if I can have all of my emails input out, like all of my input output in the context window every time I ask a question, that'd be pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, I think that would be very cool. People sometimes will hear that and be concerned about privacy. Is there, what do you think about that aspect of it? The more effective the AI becomes at really integrating all the experiences and all the data that happened to you and give you advice.
I think the right answer there is just user choice. Anything I want stricken from the record for my AI agent, I want to be able to take out. If I don't want it to remember anything, I want that too. You and I may have different opinions about where on that privacy utility trade-off for our own AI we want to be, which is totally fine. But I think the answer is just really easy user choice.
But there should be some high level of transparency from a company about the user choice. Because sometimes companies in the past have been kind of shady about it's kind of presumed that we're collecting all your data and we're using it for a good reason, for advertisement and so on. But there's not a transparency about the details of that.
That's totally true. You mentioned earlier that I'm blocking out the November stuff.
I'm just teasing you.
Well, I think it was a very traumatic thing, and it did immobilize me for a long period of time. Definitely the hardest work thing I've had to do was just keep working that period, because I had to try to come back in here and put the pieces together while I was just in sort of shock and pain, and nobody really cares about that. The team gave me a pass and I was not working at my normal level, but there was a period where I was just it was really hard to have to do both. But I kind of woke up one morning and I was like, this was a horrible thing to happen to me. I think I could just feel like a victim forever. Or I can say this is the most important work I'll ever touch in my life and I need to get back to it. And it doesn't mean that I've repressed it, because sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night